In a kingdom known for its serene fjords, historic castles, and one of the most admired monarchies in the world, a thunderclap of emotional revelation has rippled through the heart of Denmark. King Frederik X, the man who took the crown with unwavering grace after the surprise abdication of his beloved mother, Queen Margrethe II, has broken the silence on a personal truth that has left an entire nation stunned. For a sovereign so dignified, composed, and seemingly invincible under the weight of the crown, what he confessed recently has not only broken hearts but has redefined the public image of royalty in the 21st century. It wasn't political unrest, economic hardship, or scandal that drew such raw emotion from the king. It was something far more human, far more vulnerable. Something that shattered the boundaries between the man and the monarch. From the very beginning of his reign, King Frederik has been a symbol of modern monarchy. Handsome, athletic, multilingual, educated, and deeply committed to his country, he has consistently embodied the hopes of a new generation of royals. The Danes have admired him since his youthful days as crown prince, navigating the pressures of royal duty with charm and resilience. They stood by him through personal struggles, academic challenges, and the very public evolution of a man who would one day rule. But behind the smile and stately poise was a son, a father, a husband, and a man fighting internal battles few could ever imagine. When Queen Margrethe unexpectedly abdicated on New Year's Eve, passing the crown to her firstborn after over 50 years on the throne, the world celebrated the moment. Crowds gathered in Copenhagen, waving flags, crying tears of joy, shouting his name. But as the cheers echoed across Amalienborg Palace and the fireworks lit up the winter sky, something quietly fractured inside King Frederik, a sorrow too heavy for royal protocol, too deep for a press release. And now, months into his reign, the king has finally revealed what weighs on him the most. In an intimate and emotional confession during a private yet documented moment, King Frederik spoke of the one thing that truly breaks his heart, the overwhelming sense of distance that comes with kingship. Not distance from the people, no, the Danes have never felt closer to him. But distance from his own children, his wife, and the normalcy of being a regular man. He confessed that the transition to king, though an incredible honor, came at a cost he was not fully prepared for. His words were not those of a ruler seeking sympathy, but those of a human being standing on the precipice of duty and personal sacrifice. In his own words, he expressed that wearing the crown every day means stepping further away from the small moments that once brought him peace, walking his children to school, cooking meals with Queen Mary, sharing casual conversations with friends without the presence of security or media. It was the subtle yet relentless erosion of these daily human experiences that has become the greatest heartbreak of his life. The moment this truth reached the public, Danes responded not with disappointment but with overwhelming compassion. Social media lit up with messages of support, hashtags like #ViStøtterFrederik, we support Frederik, trending across platforms. Citizens from all walks of life began sharing their own struggles with work-life balance, isolation, and the pain of public expectation. What King Frederik did was more than reveal a personal sorrow, he opened the door to national empathy. The king became not just a figurehead but a mirror reflecting the emotional reality of countless Danes. Even international audiences stood still. The British, still adjusting to King Charles III's reign, looked across the North Sea and found in Frederik a monarch who wasn't afraid to be vulnerable. In a world where royal families often mask pain behind protocol, this Danish king dared to be human, and in doing so, he redefined the strength of leadership. Experts on royalty, psychology, and leadership have weighed in on the impact of this revelation. Some describe it as revolutionary, a monarch revealing emotional fatigue in an age that demands authenticity. Others see it as a natural progression in a world increasingly conscious of mental health and emotional honesty. What's even more fascinating is how this revelation has deepened the love Danes already had for him. Polls conducted after the king's emotional moment showed a dramatic rise in public approval. The people saw not weakness, but profound strength. It made them proud to know that their king was not hiding behind ceremonial robes but was instead showing them his soul. For many, it brought to mind the emotional legacy of Frederik's late grandfather, King Frederik IX, a beloved monarch known for his humility and deep connection to the people. Queen Mary, ever poised and graceful, has stood firmly by his side through it all. Insiders reveal that she has been the king's anchor through this emotional journey, helping him navigate the pressures of sudden kingship while preserving their private family life as much as possible. Their children, especially Princess Isabella and Prince Christian, have taken on greater public roles in recent months, learning by example that strength doesn't mean silence, it means facing reality with courage. The royal couple's transparency and unity in the face of emotional turmoil have not only humanized the monarchy but elevated it to a new era of empathy, honesty, and grace. It is no secret that the modern monarchy must evolve to stay relevant. With younger generations questioning the relevance of royal systems, authenticity has become the new currency. King Frederik's heart-wrenching honesty may well be the most powerful act of leadership in his reign thus far. He has touched not only the hearts of his citizens but also the very structure of what monarchy means in our time. As Denmark moves forward under his leadership, there is a renewed sense of closeness between ruler and ruled. The king is no longer a distant figure on a balcony, he is a man walking among his people, metaphorically barefoot, heart in hand. And the people, in turn, are walking with him. From political figures to schoolchildren, a new narrative has formed, one that says strength can come from sorrow, and power from pain. In Copenhagen, murals have begun to appear portraying King Frederik not as a stoic ruler, but as a contemplative man holding a child's hand. Artists, musicians, and writers are dedicating works to this moment, turning it into cultural memory. The nation has rallied not just around the king, but around the message his vulnerability delivered, that even in the highest office of the land, loneliness, longing, and heartbreak can still live, and that's okay. King Frederik's words have also opened the door for larger conversations in Danish society. Work-life balance, emotional wellness, and the cost of public roles are now more openly discussed in political chambers, universities, and kitchen tables alike. His heartbreak is no longer his alone, it has become a shared understanding between sovereign and citizen. In essence, the king has done what few have dared, he broke down the myth of royal perfection and replaced it with something more powerful, truth. And so, the world watches Denmark with a mixture of admiration and curiosity. What kind of kingdom emerges when its king chooses honesty over image? What future unfolds when power is wielded with emotional courage? Denmark, once again, is quietly leading by example, not through economic dominance or military might, but through the sheer force of heartfelt leadership. What lies ahead for King Frederik is uncertain. The path of monarchy is never smooth, but one thing is clear, he walks it not alone, but with the love and respect of a nation that has seen his heart. In revealing what breaks him, King Frederik has somehow made the monarchy stronger than ever. Now we turn to you, our viewers, to reflect. What do you think about King Frederik's emotional revelation? Do you believe vulnerability can be a monarch's greatest strength? If you found this story powerful, moving, and insightful, please hit that subscribe button, like, share, and comment your thoughts below. Let's keep the conversation going and support honest leadership in every form.